So Rebirth Island drops tomorrow, and I'm about to give you guys some sauce by giving you the top 10 meta loadouts to use on day 1 for Rebirth Island. Hey, all I gotta say is I know the script. I know what's gonna get buffed, nerfed, and all that nonsense. So hey man, listen up. Nah, I'm just playing with you guys. Obviously, I don't know what's gonna be buffed or nerfed. I will say though, I do have a good feeling on what's gonna get buffed just based on the current state of the Warzone meta and just knowing what guns are good and bad right now. But let's go ahead and get into it. But do me a favor, man, drop a like if you guys are excited for Rebirth Island. So for loadout number 1, you know, I just had to throw this in here. I know this is the current state of the Warzone meta, and obviously everyone wants these guns nerfed. It's going to be on the top priority list of nerfs going to be coming in season 3. So these guns are probably going to be unusable, but I will say Raven Software does a terrible job of nerfing guns, buffing guns, and stuff like that. So they're either going to be shit or they're still going to be good. Who knows? Have stim and throwing knife for all my class setups. Obviously, you don't have to copy exactly what I have here. You can run whatever you want for these things, and you could really say the same thing for the perk package, but I truly think these are going to be the best perks for Rebirth Island. So we have Mountaineer, Double Time, Quick Fix, and Hyler. You could probably switch Hyler with Flex. I do that time to time, or even Ghost. You can even switch Quick Fix for Tempered. It's really all personal preference and, you know, your play style. So obviously you can mess around with all that stuff. But for the class setups, we have the Ram 7 XRK Core Mark 40 Heavy Barrel, Cassis Break Muzzle, Bruin Heavy Support Underbarrel, 60 round drum mag, and the HVS 3.4 pad. Here is the HRM9 setup I'm rocking. So we have the ZEM35 compensated flash hider, or 90 barrel folding stock, 50 round mag in the DR6 hand stop. Now for the next loadout, we have the MCW and the AMR9. Now the MCW received a pretty significant buff in the most recent update. Now the only problem this gun has really had is the damage. It just lacks damage range and bullet velocity in my opinion compared to other better assault rifles like the Ram 7. But if this thing received a buff in the season 3 update, man, I could see this being a top 3, you know, top 2 AR in the game. And yeah, man, it's got no recoil, just a really easy gun to use. And honestly, I'm praying for it to be meta because I actually enjoy using this gun. But then for the AMR9, this thing has always been a solid SMG option for sniper support, AR support, whatever you want to use it for. It's really good, man. It's got great damage range. Kind of reminds me of the Bullfrog from Warzone 1. Here's the attachments for it. We have the ZEM compensated flash hider, DR6 hand stop underbarrel, 50 round mag, Nadar model 2023 optic in the buffer tube stock. For the MCW, here are the attachments for it. We have the Spearfire suppressor, MCW Cyclone long barrel, Corio Eagle's Eye optic, Bruin heavy support in the 60 round drum mag. Now for loadout number 3, we have the Holger 556 assault rifle in the Striker 9 SMG. Now the Holger 556 right now in the current state of Warzone is a top 3 assault rifle, hands down, no doubt. The only problem is with this gun is it kind of lacks damage. It's kind of like the ACR, but it does a little bit more damage than the ACR, but it's a really easy gun to use. As you can see, like no recoil on this build. This thing does get buffed like a little bit in the season 3 update. I can definitely see it being the top assault rifle in the game. And then for the Striker 9, this thing has always been good. The only problem with it is I can never just find like the right class setup to make for it. So I feel like this is the best class I have found. It's a movement build, and as you can see, the iron sights, I'm rocking iron sights on this thing. It's not the prettiest thing in the world, but it does the job. And obviously if you guys, you know, want to rock an optic, you could probably switch out the stock attachment and put on an optic, or replace the rear grip for an optic. You guys can go ahead and pause the video and take a screenshot. Here's the class setup for the Holger 556. We have the Jack BFB muzzle, the Cheerios 6 mesh barrel, Bruin heavy support underbarrels, 40 round mag, and the Corio Eagle's Eye 2.5x optic. So for loadout number 4, we have the SVA 545 and the Striker SMG, just the Striker, not the Striker 9. This thing has always been really good. It's just, it kind of lacks damage like the other assault rifles. It's kind of weird, man. You kind of see a pattern with the assault rifles. A lot of them just lack damage and bullet velocity. If we're ranking the best assault rifles in the game right now, we have the ACR, the Holger 556, and the SVA is right below it. But this thing is really easy gun to use. There's no recoil, as you can see, and it's got a fast fire rate, so you could probably build this thing as an SMG as well. But for the SVA class setup, we have the Precision Barrel, Jack Glassless Optic Demo, 650 grip, 60 round mag, and the Bruin heavy support. And then you guys are gonna go ahead and pair up the SVA with the Striker SMG. Now this is one of the better SMGs in the game, and this setup in particular is a movement build. I do have another setup for this Striker which cater towards more of that like campy sit on rooftop play style, which is totally fine. Me personally, I like to move around on the map, be aggressive, so that's why I'm showcasing this class setup first. But as you can see, man, this class setup is super fast for the campy sit on rooftop playstyle class. You guys are gonna go ahead and remove the stock and put on the ZEM 35mm compensated flash hider, and you guys will see this thing is a lot easier to control. The iron sights are not as bobby as the other class setup. You know, you can pick and choose what classes you guys want to go ahead and try out, but me personally, I'm rocking the movement build on the striker. Now for loadout number 5, we have the Bruin MK9. I had to throw an LMG in there in the WSP9 SMG. Now the Bruin 9 right now is the best LMG in the game. I don't see a lot of people rocking it, but man, this thing just rips. And if this thing received like any buff in the season 3 update, I could see it being the best gun in the game. We have the Cassis Brake muzzle, the XRK Horizon V2 barrel, the Bruin heavy support underbarrel, and the Koryo Eagle's Eye 2.5x optic. And then you guys are gonna pair up the Bruin with the WSP9 SMG. I would say it's the best, or sorry, not the best, the second best SMG in the game right now behind the HRM9. But if this thing got buffed, definitely gonna be the meta weapon to use. And as you can see, man, this thing's got fantastic range to it. Especially with a sniper, this is a great sniper support weapon. But here's the attachments for it. We have the Sonic Suppressor S muzzle, the XRK Edge BW4 hand stop, the 40 round mag, the Nadar Model 2023 optic, and the Hiss short light barrel. So for loadout number 6, we have the TAC Evolver and the WSP Swarm. But this thing is pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. They nerfed it a little while ago, but it's still a great LMG and a great primary option. Just pair it up with an SMG like the Swarm and you'll be chilling. The Eviction heavy barrel, the Koryo Eagle's Eye 2.5x optic, the Rampart heavy stock, and the 100 round belt. For the WSP Swarm, I mean, we all know this thing was the best SMG. Still a decent option, man. It just, if this thing receives a buff, a little damage buff, I think this thing will become viable once again. Here's the Swarm class setup. So we have the L4R flash hider. Why is that doing that? Oh, there we go. The Reckless 90 long barrel, DR6 hand stop underbarrel, the 100 round drum mag, and the Fortress heavy stock. So heading over to loadout number 7, we have a sniper loadout, our very first one of the video. We have the XRK Stalker, or the Car 98. A lot of people are calling that. And then we have the HRM9. You could really put any SMG in this slot right here, or like a good sniper support weapon. But for our sniper class setup, this thing's really good, man. I mean, like I said, people call it the Car 98 because it's got a great ADS speed and a great sprint to fire speed, and it's a one-shot kill, I believe, from like 50 meters away. Yeah, man, if you guys haven't tried this sniper out, I would definitely recommend it. I have a ton of fun rocking it on Vondel. Before the attachments, we have the Fission 60 barrel, the Razorhawk laser light, the no stock attachment, the XRK Stalker factory grip, and the 50 cal high grain rounds. So we have another sniper loadout at number 8. So we have the BP50 and the XRK Stalker sniper, the same one from loadout number 7, I believe, or 6. But for the BP50, I believe this thing is a DLC weapon. It's always been a decent option for an assault rifle. It's got a fast fire rate. The recoil control is pretty easy to control. The only downside to this gun is the mag size. You can only put a 45 round mag on it, unfortunately, but this thing is a beast in solos. So if you guys play solos a lot, like solo Rebirth, solo Fortune's Keep, definitely recommend trying out this class setup. Hopefully it gets buffed in the season 3 update. That would be pretty dope. So we have the Zem 35 compensated flash hider, the FTAC MSP 98 hand stop, 45 round mag, Jack glassless optic, and the Lore 90 heavy barrel. Okay, so for loadout number 9, we have the MTZ 556 and the Ram 9. And I believe at the start of season 2, the MTZ 556 was buffed, and it's a decent option, I would say, for an assault rifle. It's a great sniper support assault rifle as well. But as you can see, man, this thing does not move. It kind of reminds me of the Kilo from Warzone 1. You're gonna want to pair this MTZ up with the Ram 9. I would say this is the second best SMG in the game, obviously right behind the HRM 9, but I do believe this thing has the highest time to kill out of any of the SMGs. The only problem with it is the recoil. Could be my class setup, I don't know. I might have to tweak this one a little bit more, but I kind of enjoy this one on Fortune's Keep. But here's the attachments for the Ram 9. So we have the Zem 35 compensated flash hider, the R6 hand stop, the 50 round mag, the ultra light stock pad, and the Imperator light barrel. And then for the MTZ class setup, I don't think I showed you guys, but just in case, L4R flash hider, Clinch Pro barrel, Jack glassless optic, 50 round drum mag, and the Bruin heavy support. And then for the last loadout number 10, you know, I had to pick a troll class here because we have the Cali Sticks 2.0, the Tonfas, and the Ride Shields, bro. You can see it returning. I could definitely see a lot of people use this on Rebirth Island. As a lot of you guys know, the Cali Sticks were absolutely broken for the longest time on Warzone 1. But, I mean, the Tonfas are not as broken, but they're still pretty broken. And, dude, I die all the time to these things on Vondel. But let me know what your favorite class setup was in this video. You know, which ones you're going to be trying on Rebirth Island day 1. But as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video, man. Peace.